So this is Tom O'Brien here, the Mental Health Herbalist, back with a video today. 10 mind hacks to beat depression. So there are 10 mindsets basically, or ways of being, ways of thinking to approach depression. Depression often ends up, people are in a situation, they don't know how to get into it, but they're stuck and they don't know how to get out. And often they get medication and psychological support. But in this video I want to focus on 10 mindsets, 10 ways of thinking that can help you beat depression. And the first one is the present moment. Cultivate being in the present moment. This involves meditation and mindfulness and awareness. But the present moment is all we have. And often when we're depressed, we're living in the past. And the past is gone. And we may have been hurt, disappointed, lost something, and we're experiencing depression as a result of the past. We're living in the past won't really help us. So we've got to really try and cultivate an attitude and a mindset of being in the present. As much as possible, try and find a way to be in the present moment. You can do it by breathing, you can do it using meditation every day, body awareness. Have some way of constantly tuning into the present moment, whether it be trying to notice nature, trying to notice people, just slowing down your mind to what's going on in the present moment, observing, eating slowly, drinking water, whatever it is to help you be in the present moment. It's not an easy thing to do. It's challenging for everybody. But the more you can be in the present moment, the less you're going to be worrying about the past and fearing the future. Number 2 is to act. Now, to act is to do something. I remember years ago hearing a podcast about depression, and this guy was saying, whatever you do, do something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. So basically you have to move. And there's even research that suggests by standing up, you can reduce your depression. So standing up causes the blood to circulate a little bit better. And it gets us to reframe and rethink and relook at our perspective. Often we get caught by sitting on the couch or staying in bed. So actually standing up is moving energies, moving muscles, moving the brain, moving our perspective, and moving like exercise, any kind of exercise. Get out for a walk, just move. The mindset here is to move, to act, to do something, get a bit of movement. It's breaking that cycle of being caught in doing nothing, feeling down because you can't do anything, you don't want to do anything. Just get up, open the curtains, open the door, get out, fresh air, whatever it is. So number 2 is move, act, do something. Number 3 is to give. Now, give is basically focusing on others. Sometimes when we're depressed, we focus too much on ourselves. We sometimes become a victim of our own situation, where people don't notice how we are, don't care how we are even. But that's really an attitude we have about ourselves. Often when we're depressed, we keep others out. We don't let people in because we feel vulnerable. So by giving, by focusing on others, we break that mindset straight away. When you focus on others, and there's research on this, if you focus on others, if you give to others, by giving to others, it can increase your happiness. So you can give in lots of ways. You can give a smile to somebody. You can say thank you, be grateful to somebody. People are longing for recognition in small ways. People shine when you smile. People shine when you say thank you. People shine when you give them some little bit of recognition or positive affirmation. So giving can be done in lots of ways. You can volunteer, of course. I'm not talking about giving money or giving gifts or anything like that might cost you something. Simple giving your heart, giving your mind, giving a present to others. And number 4 is be positive. Positive thinking leads to positive action. There's a whole research and science around the positive experience from intention. If you set a positive intention, the likelihood is that you'll achieve it, or at least you'll work towards it. By being positive, we become positive. Negative thinking is a very addictive cycle. When we're negative, we try and justify our position. We hold on to a very negative, dark way to justify not moving, not thinking, not doing. So it's a challenging one for people that are depressed to be positive, because you don't really feel you have any reason to be positive. But the focus here is on trying to break the cycle of negativity. You don't have to be screaming with positivity, but what you're trying to do in this one is break the negative cycle. Becoming aware of how negative thinking leads to negative action. how negative perceptions leads to perceiving that people are negative around you. So it leads to a self-perpetuating cycle of where we defeat ourselves and we're convinced of our own stories. The self-talk we tell ourselves is a negative self-talk. So we've got to change the tape and put in a positive tape. And by very simply noticing simple things, focusing on the positive, we can begin to change our attitude. Positivity breeds positivity. It's seriously true. It's a mindful attitude about cultivating positivity, being grateful for what you have. And number 5 is to forgive. With depression, people sometimes get stuck in the past. They've been hurt, let down, disappointed, betrayed. There is lots of reasons for people to be depressed as a result of being hurt and left alone, a relationship breaking or whatever situation that cultivates the depression. Things happen to us. Things happen in life. Life isn't a straight line of positivity either. Life is more like the seasons. You know, we have the spring where we have new growth and optimism. We have the summer where hopefully the good times. We have the autumn where we begin to let go, and the winter where we close down to hibernate. So life is like this as well. But when we get hurt by others, and often we get hurt by others in situations, by organizations, in relationships, in families, wherever, and that hurt can lead people to being depressed for a long time because they don't want to get in touch with the hurt, or they don't know how to get in touch with the hurt, and they don't want to feel the pain. Pain is a natural part of life. We can't avoid it. If we store it up, it's going to depress us. It keeps us down. So we've got to really forgive those who've hurt us, forgive those who've disappointed us, forgive those who've let us down, forgive those who failed to meet our expectations. Whatever we have in us, or whoever we have to forgive, forgiveness is for us. Forgiveness sets us free. It's without forgiveness, we just corrode and burn and hurt and stay negative. It's corrosive, like rust. So forgiveness sets us free to be happier people and to fulfill ourselves and to live our own lives. And often these experiences of being hurt and being depressed is part of our journey. And in this journey, we learn lessons along the way. Number 6 is learn how to use anger. Anger is an emotion that people are uncomfortable with for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anger is often associated with aggressive behaviors, but that's not anger. Anger is the emotion you feel in your body. Sometimes people don't feel it and they act out anger. So if you begin to learn and become aware of anger, anger can free you, anger can empower you. I wrote a blog post one time called Anger is a Beautiful Emotion. It is a beautiful emotion. It's an emotion that tells us something is wrong and we go on the defensive. It's a really important part of our defense mechanism, our psychological defense mechanism. But if you get caught in anger, you become just a hurt person, angry, and you get caught in that place. But anger is there to protect you at a certain stage, but then you can't get caught up in anger. Learn how to use anger. Anger is a way of saying, look, in this situation, this is what I feel, this is what I think, this is what I want. At the core of trying to understand anger is understanding what you need. If you're afraid to express anger, or you're afraid what people think, or you're afraid what people will behave in relation to you, then anger is the emotion that you really got to get to know. Your anger can empower you to become a positive, happy person. A positive and happy people don't exist without dealing with anger. Every human being experiences anger. Just positive and happy people learn how to use it productively. Anger is a positive emotion, a good emotion. Get to know it, befriend it, and use it. Number 7 is take risks. Basically, we have to get outside our comfort zone if we're going to grow and develop as people. And sometimes when people are depressed, they become entrapped in a cave of darkness, and they're afraid to leave that darkness because that darkness has become a comfort place, a protective place. So by leaving the cave, we're taking a risk. Who knows if there's a tiger, a lion, or whatever outside that cave about to devour us. That's often what anxiety is, and anxiety and depression sometimes go together. But if we don't leave that cave, those wild animals will come into the cave, or they're already in there inside our heads at least. So we have to take risks in life, and taking risks is getting out, meeting new people, going for interviews, doing new things, learning new things, doing courses, whatever it is you have to do. Take risks, because depression is a trap. It's a trap that traps your mind, traps your body, traps your emotions, traps your whole life. And you've got to break out of that trap. And having the mindset of, I'm going to take a risk today. I might fall on my face, but it's going to be worth it. You might feel it's worth it, but it will be worth it. So learn to take risks. Mindset number 8 is learn to breathe and use the breath as your friend. Because breathing is a physiological exercise we do where we intake oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. We need it for life, but sometimes we end up breathing very short and shallow, and we need to take deeper breaths. And if we're going to move and take risks and all of these new attitudes, then breathing has to be part of it. Breathing helps us deal with the anxiety that comes about when we're trying to let go of depression. Depression, they call it the dark dog. Is that what they say? The dark dog that follows us around. But when we want to let go of depression, it follows us around, and we need to move into new situations so by moving into new situations, taking deeper breaths, taking risks, but using the breath as a life source, using the breath as our guide to overcome anxiety and depression. Breathing is a really underestimated exercise and thing that we do naturally, but it's something that we can use consciously in situations that are difficult, where there's risk of panic attacks or anxiety or not knowing what to do. Just follow the breath. Meditation is a key way, learning how to use your breath. Meditation will help you. It's a great way to use the breath, as is yoga and mindfulness. Becoming aware of the power of the breath, following the breath, it takes us out of our mind. It's probably one of the best things it does. It stops us thinking, overthinking, and follow the breath. And breathing out the negative, breathing in the positive. So breath, the mindset of breath. Number 9 is talk to somebody, anybody. Talk to strangers. Why not? Strangers or friends you haven't met yet. But sometimes when people are depressed, they become very isolated and they don't talk to people. And what's key to breaking out of depression is sharing your problem. People will give you feedback, people will give you support, give you ideas, give you referrals in the right direction. So by talking to others, we hear ourselves, we problem solve the issues ourselves, and we can learn how to overcome depression. Talking to others is reconnecting. We're social beings and we have to connect with others. We are interconnected, and without that connection, we are not going to be healthy. We will certainly not be happy. So overcoming depression involves a mindset where we talk to others and share our problem. We don't have to go into our deepest secrets. Maybe you can do that in counselling. But try and socialise, break out of your circle, meet new people, go to places where you meet new people with different mindsets. And sometimes we need to do that. Sometimes we can have friends or people around us that can be negative and don't want to see us changing or lifting our spirits. And we need to move on, let toxic people behind and invite happy, energetic people into our lives. Who knows what will happen? Wish you well on that. And number 10 is don't give up. It's hope. Hope is that belief that things will get better. There's always hope. When the sun rises, it's a new day. And we know the sun will set and will rise again. Hope is that eternal belief, positive belief in the future, that things will get better. As bad as things are now, things will get better. Obama was associated with hope. Maybe he didn't realize all the hope that people needed or wanted, but he symbolized hope. And now, looking back, maybe people think Obama wasn't as bad. I'm not sure if you're a Trump supporter or not. It doesn't really matter. But hope is positivity. There's a famous line in the Shawshank Redemption film, hope is a dangerous thing. It's talking about being institutionalized, where people have to lose hope. They have given up hope because in order to cope with prison life. And that must be a terrible thing to have to face. So hope is believing that beyond the walls, beyond the chains, beyond all of our own self-contained, self-created and constructed prisons is a life of vitality, joy, peace, happiness and fulfillment. So keep hoping, keep believing. It's a mindset that will help you overcome depression. I hope you found these 10 hacks, 10 mindsets useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Share this video with others, and I look forward to seeing you in a video very soon. Take care, my friends.